Alright, more Mario Maker 2. First we got a level from Buckin, followed by Shaded Zeal, Death Johnson, and Propagable. If you'd like to share a level, exclamation point Mario, followed by your course ID. You can share more than one level if you like. If you type exclamation point Mario 2, put your level in the backup queue, and we'll get to that if the main queue updates. Just want to make sure everyone gets at least one try in the meantime. Call of Koop'thulhu. You're leading this voyage. Really, yeah. Light some flares, won't you? Reach the goal after grabbing at least 15 coins. I didn't see the clear rate for this one. Cool. Horror theme. Little flares. Oh, cultists. Nice. You're gonna die. Let me make sure that the Mario 2 queue is working. Propagable, sorry. Oh, right, we had that issue. Hold on, I'm opening it again. My bad. Try entering that a second time. Hey, Yukibo, how you doing? Pretty good drawing of Cthulhu. I like how there's not any danger at the beginning. Hey, it's Cthulhu. Do not understand this level. Oh, that's cool. I like how they've already established this up to this point, and I need it to be able to see under the water now. Very cool. Thing that we used for other reasons earlier. Dude, these comments, though. Oh, nice. I like the giant blooper. Creepy. This has some good concepts. I like that you have to explore. It looks like there's more than 15 coins. Yeah. This is a neat concept for a stage. Looks like there's a lot of young kids who play the level that don't understand it. I wonder if the darkness was the focus of the idea. Having the first part of the stage— oh god! That was scary. Man, I haven't really seen a jump scare in Mario Maker before. Fantastic. Having the first part of the stage teach you about the coin mechanic is pretty great.
Beat the darkness? No, I think the darkness will beat the light.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, creepy. It's madness. Mad, mad, mad. That's awesome. I love having the angry wrigglers as the face tentacles. This is a really cool stage, Buckin. Thanks for sharing it. There's the wings along the back. Man, what a cool concept. I like it's very sight readable. It's one of the better flavor stages I've seen too. Of course, you got people commenting about Vine Gang. Standard. This is themed. Let's see. Short and sweet. Alright, next up is Shaded Zeal, followed by Death Johnson and Propagable. If you'd like to join the queue, exclamation point Mario, followed by your course ID. We're playing Mario Maker for a couple hours today, so got tons of time to get to your levels. Queue is displayed in the top right corner of the screen. In very tiny text that's probably not visible if you're not full screen and at max resolution, but it's my life. Coin hunt in Wiggler Forest. Collect 150 coins in this dangerous forest trail. Watch out for piranhas. This one is by Zeal. Cool. Happy to be seeing more and more levels that are using the custom objective thing. I do wish that Mario Maker could instantly kill you once the objective becomes impossible, but I assume that most stages where an objective is to collect all the coins, it's never impossible. You can always just backtrack, right? It's a reasonable little challenge there. It's the first one you've done with the clear condition. Yeah, I feel like the first wave of Mario Maker stages, not a lot of people were using it. I really liked its use in that Cthulhu flavor stage, even though that was more about flavor than like precise platforming or game mechanics. Oh nice, you've got a traditional Hammer Brothers section. Awesome, I dig that. I was gonna say, even though that stage was more about flavor and exploration, having the coins made sure that you understood the lighting mechanic early on, and made sure that you thoroughly explored the level. You have to finish story mode to get clear conditions? Oh, that might be part of it. Yeah, the remixes of Mario songs are cool. This is a nice stage so far, Zeal. It's very straightforward. Almost gave myself a Piranha Plant haircut there. Nice. I like this as if the player is hungry for coins, it's a neat way to farm for them in a way that's not terribly dangerous. Very nice. I wonder what kind of Mario stages we would get in the main games if they had custom clear conditions like in Mario Maker. Ha! Also a neat custom challenge. I like this. Good choice of the bonus room music for it too. Awesome. You really kind of done the what's the idea? The idea is collect coins, and then you've come up with many different challenges to get coins. I feel like a lot of people could do variations on this style. 150 coins. Make sure the player interfaces with most of the challenges you placed in the stage, right? I think that's pretty neat. This is one of the main benefits of the custom objectives, is that I feel like in Mario Maker 1, it was really easy to come up with cool concepts that the player would just skip and never interface with. Also, it looks like you put a decent number of extra coins on the stage. I was a little worried that maybe you would put only in exactly 150 coins in the level. Boring low-paying job and save coins till he's 60. I like that you explore that bouncing off Wrigglers idea several times. I like that you're very conservative with enemies. You pretty much just have Piranha Plants and Wrigglers, right? 200 total? Very nice. It's a really nice margin of error. Excellent levels, Shaded Zeal. Thank you for sharing. I have basically no feedback for you because it was perfect. I hope to see more levels like that in the future. Oh, and the Hammer Brothers earlier. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I said before that better to have one good idea that you riff on than to have too many ideas. Even if you have too many good ideas, it's nice to limit yourself. Creativity comes out of that in a lot of cases. X-Ray Romeo Golf. It's from Death Johnson. If you'd like to join the queue, ! Mario, followed by your course ID. This place relaxes. Can you? Relaxing resort. Okay. Probably telling me that this thing produces... Sorry. My bad. My bad. Produces Buzzy Beetles. I think I can stand somewhere and get the benefit of it, right? Oh, I see. Ha! Wonderful. Less wonderful. My bad. really need to play Mario Sunshine again. The last time I played it to completion was way back around when it first came out. Guess you have to coin up there because I could probably get a little secret if I spin jump my way up there. I'll give it a try here in a second. Get my sense of momentum correct here. Nice. That's cool. I love that creators are including secrets like that. Good use of 1-ups and the giant coins. Thank you for supplying a mushroom. Alright. Good placement on your checkpoint as well. Gosh. Got enough room for me to sight read it. I like that you've got the dry bones as a impediment of... Oh, that's right, I can't jump on Bowser in this game. Oh! Yoshi. Oh, can I, like, spit his fires at him? That's cool. No! Oof. Yoshi! Thank you for setting up this boss arena so that you can always recover Yoshi. Ah, bummer. Okay, got it this time. I like that that was a progressive power-up too, so if you made it through to here, you might have an easier time with Bowser. Very nice. Now, I think the spitting, oh, I didn't realize that when you ate dry bones, you spit out 3 bones. That's cool. This whole spitting out projectiles thing is kind of new to Mario Maker 2, isn't it? I thought usually you just, like, ate projectiles in the original Mario Maker. Maybe I'm misremembering. Come back, Yoshi! Does he actually get hit all 3 times by all 3 dry bones? Cool. I like to use the key to require that you actually beat the Bowser fight. That was a nice stage, Death Johnson. The only thing I was going to recommend is maybe give the player a mushroom at the very start of the stage, but I guess the problem there is that they can cheese your opening sequence where they have to ride on the Buzzy Beetle, right? You want them to actually do that. He does take all 3 points of damage, that's cool. Very nice stage. Propagable's up next, followed by Chaos Factor. If you'd like to add a level to the queue, type !Mario, followed by your course ID. Playing Mario Maker for a while, so you have time to add levels. And X-Ray Foxtrot. Oh, Prop, I think you gave me someone's entire profile. Is there a specific level you want me to play from them? Marty. It's not time to eat yet. Hey, Discodwarf, how you doing? Good to see you. I have a lot of popular stages. Dating Boo. Tropical date with Boo. Date with Boo. Protecting your girl Boo. It looks like it's kind of a series. Therapeutic swimming with Boo. Do you want me to do the very first one about dating Boo? Okay. We did that negotiation level, which is pretty hilarious. We just sit at the table for like a minute, like the waterfall password and Earthbound, like Spiky pointed out. I didn't know that they had this in the soundtrack. Hey, thanks for the follow, Dorothy. Who is so shy? Ah! Boo! Level are you deep, Boo? This is kind of cute so far, I'm digging it. Oh no! I died! Let's try it again. I love the music and the flowers at the beginning. I haven't seen anyone else use that effect yet. Get back to using the D-pad. So I personally prefer the D-pad, but I've never asked this. I assume that, like, Kaizo, like, professional Mario Maker streamers all use the D-pad as well. Nobody messes around with the analog stick. Just wondering if there's maybe something I don't know about analog sticks that make them better for this. Oh. Use the stick. But you can be pretty precise with, you can know what inputs you're sending to the game with the D-pad. I forgot my wallet. Aww. There's a little heart at the end. That was a cute stage. Prop, we can keep doing levels from that creator if you want. I want to see what the tropical date with Boo looks like. Joystick is used as a virtual D-pad. Really? It's either on or off, basically, once it passes a certain point. Thanks for the follow, Anthony. If you haven't added a level to the queue yet and you would like to, type !Mario followed by your course ID. If you have already added a level and would like to add a second one, type !Mario 2. You can add to the backup queue, which we'll only dive into if the main queue empties, to give everyone a fair shot. We're going to be playing Mario Maker for a while, so you've got some time to share. Chaos, is this your level? Cool prop. Or, you know, add other cool levels that you find. Doesn't have to just be that person. Ooh, it's Majora. Right, we did the Deku Tree one, which was really cool. Dodongo's Cavern. Bomb Giant Dead Dodongo's Red Eyes. The Deku Tree one was, like, really good. Choice. I need to bomb my way into the cavern, like in... Oh, these guys are the Gorons? I love it. Yeah, that Deku Tree level was fantastic because it was very much an adaptation in Mario Maker. It wasn't like, let's try to make it as close as possible. It's, let's make something that's inspired by Dodongo's Cavern. Lame. But still works as like its own Mario Maker stage. Another bomb. I like that they made it the bomb flower too, with the little vines. That's pretty smart. Very cool. Oh, there's a little coin you can grab over there. I used to always cheese my way into this place. Oh no, I cheese my way into it. I think that's the piece of heart that they put up in the corner, right, with the large coin. There's a piece of heart that I think you're technically supposed to come back to get, but you can cheese your way to it if you do some crazy backflips off the little area with the bomb flower. That's smart to put it above the entrance. How far is Majora in this project so far? Oh, I like this. The big red eyes? You gotta drop bombs in the eyes? Wonderful. More bomb flowers. And just going from 3D to 2D is impressive, right? There's a BMO statue, basically? Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. What machine is that? I'm trying to remember in Dodongo's Cavern what they're simulating with that. That's a cool machine, though. I've never seen that before. This is the Lizalfos fight, right? Mini boss. Very nice. Pushing the statue into a button? Oh, that's clever. Oh, nice. Oh, it's that big staircase. That's so cool. Wow, that is a hell of a simulation of the staircase room with the bomb flowers. I love it. Genius. And I think this is, oh, that's the Skulltula, right? They established that he was using the spinies on tracks for Skulltulas. And I think there's a gold Skulltula in the little cavern up there. Smart. This is really cool. I love how those kind of stick. I don't remember if that was the physics in the first game. Are there certain platforms you can throw bombs on that make them more likely to stay put? Alright, so there's creator messages in yellow, right? Oh, this is the little hint thing. When it sees red, a new way to go will open. Gotcha. Cool. Oh, now that thing's permanently open. I didn't realize that bombs could pick up red coins. That's such a cool way to simulate that. I guess there maybe could have been a couple other ways it could have done something similar with that, right? Come on. Timing, the amount of time you have to do that is pretty perfect. Hey, Scarf, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Secret in the back there. I should be able to go back underneath the thing, right?
You're super awesome.
This is really brilliantly done. I'm impressed at the number of little things, little nods they're able to get to the original dungeon, right? This is polished, it's high effort. How do we do the boss? This is where we fall down in the hole. Yeah. Some kind of machine. Oh gosh. Wonderful. Okay. Multiple things I have to kill, it looks like, with the bombs. Turns these out pretty fast. Yeah, I feel like he's using a lot of Mario Maker 2 exclusive mechanics as well, so you can't say that this was all plotted out in Mario Maker 1 and then just remade, right? This gotta be the result of some testing. Like, I imagine this isn't the first version of any of these stages. Alright. Love that he gives you the extra mushroom. Cool, Djoing. Nice. It falls in the lava. I love it. Oh, it's Marty. He's starving. Hey, it's a Goron Ruby! Very cool. Marty, you have to wait another hour and a half, buddy. It's okay. Like to add a level to the queue, type ! Mario, followed by your course ID. Next up is Djoing, yodeling Discodwarf, this name is lame, and ARTPOP. C7 Quebec. You can also add more than one level if you want. Okay, we have a backup queue with ! Mario 2. We're gonna clear out the main queue first. 1-1 Medley. It's a gauntlet of 1-1 courses from Mario history. Clear all 4 of them. Oh, cool. Let's see, so you can do 1-1 in the original Mario Brothers. You can do it in Mario 3. So you could do Lost Levels. I don't remember that as well. Oh, I see. Lost Levels is above us. Oh, that's cool. It's all on the same stage, and you can see it above you. That's pretty neat. You can do all the sub-areas, right? I don't think you'd have enough room to do it. Skip the secret one up. Oh, maybe you did. That's cool. Distract starvation with courageous jumping. Don't cheat. It's the spikes. Oh, that's actually quite clever. So this is your way of having a lethal fall, even though you've stacked all the stages on top of each other. That's smart. Now we're in Lost Levels. You don't have poison mushrooms. So you have a Goomba instead, which is almost the same thing. It might move slightly faster than a Goomba, but I think that they're technically degenerate. They glide on the ground, they don't walk, but I think Goombas do as well. Lost Levels is rough, man. I've never beaten it. I think during the 24-hour Mario stream, we got to World 8, and I just couldn't pass it. It's also the one that has all of the little troll pipes that, like, ore pipes that take you back, right? Oh, nice, having the checkpoint flag be there. I dig it. I take the pipe, I see. The wind was really hard. Oh, Mario 2, USA. That's clever. You can't pick stuff up, but you've got Koopa shells. So you use most of your subworld for this. Wow, okay, what happens if we go to Subcon World? I like the music cut out when you get in here. And there's a one-up mushroom, very nice. I like it. And you have the star that spawns around over here. So you get the POW block, that's right. I think there's... Oh, donut blocks makes sense. Now, does a star actually spawn from below the waterfall there, or is it just because you're likely to have collected enough cherries or coins or whatever? I forget how star spawning mechanics work in Mario 2, but it's kind of janky if I recall correctly. It's because of the cherries. Okay. I always used to cheese this part. Because I'd be playing as Luigi or as Peach. Do the high jump to get up there. Just wondering if I can like bounce off of one of their heads to do it. Maybe see if I get the Goomba right as it's in the air, but we won't do it. I like that you use the empty blue off blocks for the waterfall. That's cool. Because you can layer it on top of the background without it having any collision, right? It's your secret path to Birdo. I don't think I've like legitimately played through 1-1 in Mario 2 USA in a very long time. I was probably like single digits old. Cheese it off the wing Goomba. It's cool. It's your second checkpoint. Mario Land, right. I think I played this once. Nice. Very cool. Do you only get this power-up if you beat the story mode? This is a cool level concept. Taking it. Yeah, I've seen people do some cool puzzles with a Super Ball. We played Mario Land blind and beat it during the 24-hour Mario stream way back in 2015. Really good. I see why people dug it so much. Actually, Mario Land 2 is the one with Wario, right? 6 golden coins. Yeah. I think maybe we didn't beat Mario Land 1, maybe we only beat Mario Land 2, but I feel like we played Mario Land 1 for like a few minutes or something. I remember it not having aged anywhere near as well as Mario Land 2. Cool. Very neat stage, Djoing. So you have like a secret warp. Is that what that door is? Can you get in here early if you get a key from doing something special? Cool. Queue right now, Discodwarf, this name, ARTPOP, and Nikki. If you'd like to add your level to the queue, !Mario, followed by your course ID. We're playing for about another hour and 15 minutes, so still plenty of time to get your level added. Discodwarf, my friend. Do you actually know how to yodel? Golf. I was going to turn on the cat cam, but every time I lean over to do it, Marty runs away. The Stilettonator. Nothing can stand in the path of the Stilettonator. Your name's why. Do you like disco? Are you short? You could do work yodeling into a disco song. Instant power up. Oh, nice. Like how you make it really easy to recover it there. Can the Goomba actually get out of that? Or did you basically design a way to make sure that they can get the stiletto safely? And then you restock it in each section. I like that. Oh, cool. I didn't realize it left little DDD butt stars. I think it did that in Mario Maker 1 as well. Takes a while for it to get out. I see. So you did your best to make it so it's like a free power-up. You restock them on the leaf. Did you have a stage like this that was based on the stiletto in Mario Maker 1? Discodwarf is like Supreme Emperor, Empress of theme levels. Stilettonated. Nice. Short and sweet, high clear rate theme levels. Yeah, they're really cool. Crushing through things. You have the one idea and then you riff on it for a couple minutes. I really enjoy it. Cool stage. This name is up next, followed by ARTPOP and Nikki. There is a second queue, backup queue. If you've already shared a level, you can share another one. You type !Mario 2, followed by your course ID, and we will plumb those depths if we clear out the first one. I just want to give folks a chance to have their first level played. They haven't had one played yet. 1 Sierra Golf. Marty. You are not a graceful kitty, Marty. You shouldn't be up high. And knock things over. If you hear a crashing sound later, it's because Marty is up on the counter. 3D World suck. My first and last 3D World troll level. I'm glad you call it out as a troll level right away. Let's do it. Is there like a favored style choice for troll levels right now? Is it 3D World? Okay. But if you pop back in too quickly... I see. Clever. I love that angry face. Alright, I like your first 2 tricks on this stage. This name. Oh wait, no, this you shared this from someone else? The first one is like, you can get it if you just wait a second, right? If you run straight into the arrow, that's how you die. I'm guessing it's the same down here. Don't want to go in the pipe? No, maybe I do. I just need to go through it faster or go through it later. Reasonable. Okay. So maybe it's go into it a little bit later. That's the general rule. The opposite of it, don't think, just go stage, right? No, it's gotta be faster, right? Ground pound a exclamation point block and it loops around and crushes you. It's pretty funny. It's not through up here. Is it just going as fast as possible because the first one is go late? Okay, so it's the opposite of the first one you saw. This is where I get crushed, right? Like the thing that Discodwarf was just saying. I think part of it is that 3D World, there's not a lot you can do to, like, style them up, which is interesting. Okay. No, I like all the tricks so far. These feel more in line with, like, I want to be the guy sorts of tricks. Where it's, you see them once and now you know what to do going forward. Oh, I think I'm too late. Yeah. I think that's the fun of a troll stage, is the first time you get tricked, and then having to repeat the trick is not as interesting. You know, oh, you rascal. Good magic shows about misdirection. That's an interesting way to put it. I like that. Tree needs hugs. Yeah, that's pretty great. I like this stage, actually. I'm usually... The sorts of troll levels I'm used to seeing in Mario Maker are the, like, you know, made by a young kid variety, which is fine, but there's a certain... I don't know, I feel like to make a troll level well requires a little bit more knowledge of what makes a good level, if that makes sense. A little bit more experience. More than just jumping and you hit your head on a block that you had no way of knowing could be there. Ah, I gotta be faster with that one. through it immediately. No dilly-dallying. Wait over here. I guess, though, I think most of the deaths in this stage so far have been instant. You fall into a pit. I guess there's like spikes that wouldn't insta-kill you. I'm just wondering if it would make sense to include a mushroom in this stage. Why would I do that again when I knew it? Okay, that's fine. Don't. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to wait. You throw the bomb, it drops down and... Oh, I see. I'll try it again here, so I can get a little bit further in the stage. If you throw the bomb at the question mark... Oh, I see. And the arrows are even there. Interesting. Watch out. That's pretty great. Oh, thanks, Chaos! Run over to Discodwarf. Appreciate that. Oh, shoot. Always forget to go fast on that one.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Discodwarf, I know you follow a lot of streamers, but if you ever have a game you'd like to see me play for like an hour with your gift sub, let me know. I can throw it on subblock. Good placement on the checkpoint, for sure. This is one of the better troll levels I've seen. So earlier I said most troll levels make me think of a young kid made them, and I guess I should walk that back. I want to be careful to say that I think young kids could probably make good Mario Maker levels, but at the same time I can usually tell when a level has been made by a young kid. You know what I mean? Sort of like you can usually tell when someone in chat is really young, even though you can be a young person and be a reasonable person in Twitch chat. A squares and rectangles type thing. Okay, so I need to be recovering the mushroom as soon as I get in here, I think. Hi, DL. How you doing? So, those little hamster guys jump when Mario jumps, right? That's the way they work? God. Damn. Can I hit it and then get back out without touching the spike? I don't think it's possible. I'm doing well. Thanks for the follow. To join the queue, you can type !Mario followed by your course ID. Oh, I think it has to do with when I press jump, doesn't it? Alright, so what if I don't press jump this time? I haven't gotten far enough over, I've just automatically been running into the pipe. Jumping up is what's releasing the mushroom. Do long jumps not cause the hamster to jump? No, I think it still jumps. You're thinking long jump over this? No, I think he still touches the top. I think there's some trick to getting the mushroom. I'll give this one a couple more tries. I don't know if I'll get past this section. We'll see. I thought maybe it was find a way to get into the pipe without making the hamster go. I guess it's just jump without actually going in the pipe. Oh man, that's silly. Okay. I see. Oh, this is great. This is my favorite troll level. Because each one is, it's almost like a puzzle, right? Like, I feel like what makes a troll level fun is the I see what you did there effect. It wasn't that hard. How did he do this? Like, can you set coins to be immune to power block or peep switches? I didn't know that was a thing. I like it. Oh, he like gets you both ways too. You're like, he's got a couple tricks that work that way, where it teaches you to do one thing and then the next one has you do the opposite. Hidden block, stop me from hitting the P. Yeah. I think this one's funny, but it's also very good. I see it, and it had the key in it. Gotcha. Like this is a well-designed troll level. It's great at knowing whether you're gonna dress it or not. Excuse me, that's not how game work. I think this might be one of my favorite ones. You just jump. You just don't go in the pipe. Oh, I didn't know you could open doors the instant the key generates. It's interesting. Why did that matter? Oh, I see. Is it that the thwomp never falls, but you think it's going to fall, but you're not close enough to it, or it doesn't fall when you're in a pipe? I'm gonna take this one a little bit longer than I usually do, just because it's really goofy and I kind of want to see where it's going next. Once you understand the trick, there's usually not a lot of execution after that, which I appreciate. It's a sideways thwomp. Very clever. God, that one was real. Z. It's probably that you don't press Z, right? That's smart. Yeah, this is just, it's a series of like discrete tricks. I also kind of like that there's a checkpoint in the stage and the tricks don't take very long to move through, right? So the player can theoretically experience the whole level without getting frustrated on an early trick. Very I want to be the guy. Or like the better parts of I want to be the guy, I should say. I want to be the guy's not perfect by any stretch. There's a lot of levels that suddenly require like near perfect execution. And other parts that are more reasonable. I think I will time limit myself a little bit on this one. We'll do 3 more attempts. Try to get past this next objective at least. Oh god, I didn't realize. So I'm not supposed to wall jump. I just did it automatically. Follow the arrows. What a maroon. I love it. Yeah, this stage is great because it's it plays on what players have been trained to do through hundreds of other Mario Maker stages in their conveyance. But it's great because you could have done this and just make everything be anti-conveyance. That's less interesting, right? If it's just, oh, whenever you see a coin, don't follow the coin. It's, I just taught you to just trust me, but this time you were actually supposed to trust me. In fact, it borderline alternates between you should trust versus shouldn't trust, right? think I was supposed to hit that P-switch. Okay. This will be our last attempt, and we'll move down the queue. I think next up we've got ARTPOP, Nikki, and DL Gamer. If you haven't shared your level yet, you can type !Mario followed by your course ID. Control levels got really good late in Mario Maker 1's life. Yeah, because it was like only the hardcore people were still playing, I assume. ARTPOP followed by Nikki, followed by DL Gamer. Juliet. 1-4 Delta 1 Quebec Papa 0 Hotel. Peepa puzzle version 4. Peepa set up a puzzle. I spent 20 plus hours on this. Cool. Give it a try. Okay, so we've got a machine that... Interesting. I wonder, is that timing based? I like that you resupply the Koopa here. Now, is it set up in such a way that if a Koopa gets stuck in there, it's always guaranteed to die if you fired it at the wrong time? I guess I'm not super clear on how Mega Man blocks work. I guess so, because if it's not bouncing between those two locations, it'll bounce between the other two locations and will get destroyed. Is there any concern that the player can accidentally, like, it doesn't get destroyed and now they've soft locked, or is it it's always going to reset if they make a mistake? It's really cool if you set it up so it can always reset. And you have the door to reset. Okay, that's cool. Very cool. It's reasonable timing, too. I was worried that that was going to end up needing to be extremely precise. If the P-switch do anything significant? I think this is death, right? No, it just bounces me out. Curious how much of the stage... Okay, I see. Oh! How did you create a checkpoint there? How did it remember that I had already solved the left part of the puzzle? Can't set... P-block was on a block that doesn't reset. Clever! This is a cool stage. I would not be able to solve it in this session, but I like the ideas you've got here. This is Mario 3D World, right? Time to hold it. Oops. Mario doesn't have a hat, that's how you can tell. So I don't know the Mario 3D World mechanics too well. If I get to a puzzle that assumes that I know something about 3D World, feel free to speak up and let me know what it is. Throw it in while it's red. It's usually already too late. Let's see. Second beep causes it to go through flawlessly every time. That's cool. It's a cool way to have tested it, too. Oh, maybe on the red? I see. That might be off. It's late that time, but we'll see if it gives it to me. Oop. So that was maybe a little early that time. I was trying to anticipate the beep. Have you done this puzzle enough times to know, throw after one, okay. To know whether it's early or late based on when the shell ends up getting destroyed? Yeah, throw after one. Oh, I didn't realize you could do it in one toss. I thought it had to bounce in between it. Okay, that makes more sense. Cool. You just see what the on-off switch is doing. So, does the solution over on this side involve? Let's see if I can ask my question intelligently. Does it involve the turtle shell at all? I assume no, because the turtle shell gets stuck in the corner, right? Oh, that guy's supposed to go down as well? Interesting. Alright, hold up. Maybe I was scrolled too far to the right. So, I wonder if you can fix that by restricting the player's movement to the right side of the screen. It's a mild issue, but I feel like... Well... You have this reset door. This is the door they come in through, right? I wonder if you put blocks here that turn into coins that they can move through once they solve it, but then I don't think they can get close enough to the thwomp to trigger it, can they? Huh. It's a mild thing, I'm just... wondering what your options are. Usually players aren't going to go too far to the right, I assume. Oh, and it looks like the thwomp triggers it without it needing to fall anyway. Okay, that's good to know. I don't think I meant to move through here, right? I love you put the... Yeah, no, don't do that. This is a machine. This isn't meant for you, Mario. You fool. Oh, but that's why you got the donut block up top. I see. I think I have to reset and get my POW block back, don't I? Okay, I understand. It's already opened up the way it needs to be, so I don't have to do anything else. I kind of like the minimalist design, like you don't have a lot of space or things in this stage that don't need to be there for the player to complete it, right? It's cool. Only in exactly what's necessary. Clever. So sleepy. Give this one more try. Gotta stop getting myself killed on shells. Oh wow, I haven't seen the shell do this before. Wonder if it's in a permanent loop, we'll see. It just barely might be. Okay. Okay, if we don't get to the end of it, that's alright. I like the idea behind your stage, though. You've got some checkpoints later, I assume? A few ways to die. So maybe I was gonna get it there on the back bounce. Release after the first beep. Now, giving Mario a mushroom in this stage wouldn't work because it would break a lot of other things, right? I kind of wish this game would let you make Mario invincible, because you don't really intend for Mario to ever die, right? Like, you want the player to solve this stage through solving the puzzles. But unfortunately, a lot of cool puzzle-solving mechanics... are inherently dangerous, right? You even do stuff like ensure that that Koopa can't respawn from that pipe if the player doesn't reset the stage. Which is smart. It's also unfortunate that the Koopas in this one, like, once you jump on them, leave behind a Koopa. I see. Whatever. I wonder, can there be too many bombs in one section that they eventually squeeze each other together and explode? I guess I'm about to find out. Okay, we've got the maximum number of bombs that can come out of the pipe, it looks like. That's not the answer. Very good. That's why you have the little puzzle in the corner to make sure they bring the shell over. I see. They can do that without interacting with the pipe though, right? Now once the shell's bouncing down here, they're in trouble. That doesn't actually blow up the bombs. Okay. So I can get the key. Gotcha. I need this to get to this door. Now I understand why you have this corner down here. And one last pipe. Oh, I think I understand now. This is all about timing. Like the shell puzzle at the beginning. I think you were correct to put the timing shell puzzle at the very start. Yeah. They explode when they're caught? No, they just die. Gotcha. See, so the first one I got in, I happened to get in without it falling in the corner there. Gotcha. So I needed to go through right before the blue wall pops up. Sure. Whatever. Doesn't get eaten there, which is nice. Oh, I didn't realize that that turned off. Interesting. I didn't realize that P switches turned off conveyor belts. Right on. Okay, we'll give this a couple more tries, and I think we'll hop to the next one in the queue just for time. This is a really cool stage, though. Thanks for sharing, ARTPOP. As a puzzle stage, I'm not sure there's too much you can do to convey some of these better. I think part of it is that you want the player to kind of get stuck and have to figure it out, right? So you don't want any of it to be too obvious. It's a hard balance to pull a lot of the time, I feel like. Okay. Good enough, apparently. Many iterations. Yeah. That's a cool way to end the stage there. Very cool. Alright, next up in the queue is ηιcının followed by DL Gamer. If you haven't shared a level yet, if you type !Mario followed by your course ID, you can join the queue. If you've already shared a level, you can share a second one. !Mario 2 followed by your course ID. We'll be playing levels until we beat them, or for about 8 minutes, or in the case of Kaizo stages, till I get the general idea. Hey Ben. Cats are starving to death. Big Mario speedrun, 20 seconds. A speedrun level using Big Mario. I like that we're seeing a lot of these speedrun levels where the time limit is equal to, or close to, about how much time you need to actually win. Oh god, okay, that's a start. I didn't know there was a, like a giant Mario. Okay, so jumps in this one are pretty precise, but it's a short enough stage that that's fair. That's cool. Nice. So, how much wiggle room in seconds do you have in this stage, DL Gamer? Between a possible run and, like, a world record run? Yes, Marty, I know. You're so hungry. I like that you have the block there to destroy to let them know that they made a mistake. Kind of what it achieves. No, I got you. I'm just asking, like, if the player does this completely perfectly, how many seconds of wiggle room do they have? Oh, I see. Gotcha. Alright, this is Nikki's level. Sure. Nikki, then if you're still there, can you answer that question? Only one person's beaten yours so far. Gotcha. This is fairly sight readable so far. Got the arrows. I think you have to short hop to get to that cannon correctly, though. Hey, Marty. Short hop this time. I tried pressing the spin jump button, assuming that that would work as a short hop like it does in some of the other modes. It does not. It does nothing in Mario 1 mode, turns out. It's too short of a hop. Too late. Pretty close to the end, though, it looks like. I do like the little cat fist pumps in this stage. No! Let's see what else is in the stage before I die. Okay, it looks like it's pretty tightly tuned. There might be like 1 second of wiggle room. We'll see. This is a cool way of like using the objective system to ensure that you keep the power up. And I do think it's kind of unfortunate that Mario Maker can't just like game you over once it detects it. You failed that objective. I'm supposed to bounce a little bit higher. Supposed to tall hop. Womp womp. If you're in chat while I'm doing this stage, hey, if you'd like to add a level, type !Mario followed by your course ID. And Mario Maker for another 25 minutes or so. Got some time to share, 35 minutes. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Marstead, and I'm trying to beat every awesome game when we're not playing Mario Maker. You can see a list of the games we've played so far at Marstead.com, and you can even vote for the next awesome game we're going to play. Earning some currency in chat right now, which you can spend on voting. See how to do that at Marstead.com. But if you're just here for Mario Maker, that's cool. We'll be playing this at least 1 day a week, so long as it's still got an audience and people are still sharing levels. Check out the events page and see when Mario Maker will be on the schedule. Okay, I don't know that it's a short hop, or maybe I'm accidentally jumping too early in my fear of failing to short hop. Try it one more time. That's definitely the hardest jump on the whole stage. Everything else is just tricky sight reading. Yeah, because if you hold too long, you overshoot it and it's already sunk. It's interesting, I feel like there's a decent forgiveness window on a lot of these platforms. Like, those are 3 tiles wide instead of just being 1 tile wide, right? So that's probably the least forgiving. Wonder if you could put 2, or maybe even 3 cannons there. It still kind of has the urgency of with the cannons sinking. But they don't have to both jump at just the right height and land on exactly the right tile to win, right? And it's over. Okay, give this a couple more tries and we'll pop to the next level. Medium hop. There's not a very tight, like, the gradient on Mario's jump height is... I'm trying to think how many, like, pixel variations there are to it. I don't think it's very many. There's, like, max height, and then there's the shortest short hop. And I wonder how many pixels of variance there are between the shortest and highest jump from Mario. Like, that's some of the issues. There's games that have too much variance in the jump height. Like, the original Little Big Planet was super floaty jump mechanics. Because it had like 100 different possible pixels you could land on depending on how long you held the jump button. Some of those Kaizo troll games, like I Want to Be the Guy and Battle Kid, do it, so there's like one fixed jump height no matter how hard you press the button. They'll usually use double jump for more complicated or more vertical jump mechanics. This will be our last try and we'll pop to the next stage. Yeah, that's too bad. You can also see just from the volume of X's there that, like, if it was the exact same challenge, but if you had 3 cannons sinking there, I think it would still be quite hard. Like, they're not going to pass the stage just because of that, but I think you'll have far fewer players dying in that one spot. Next up is DL Gamer, and then the main queue is empty, so if you haven't shared a level yet, now's your chance, so you can be first in line. Otherwise, we'll check out the backup queue after this. A microplane grater, some kitchen gadget. Covered the burger you made in Parmesan shaved so thin it was translucent. Nice. This one's from DL Gamer. My cat's going nuts over here. Marty is like meowing and running back and forth on the counter while Ben circles my feet like a shark. A castle of something. Smoothz. Cool, we'll give it a try. All 6 10 coins. Lots of custom objective stages now, I'm digging it. Rising lava, okay. Okay, so you gotta be pretty quick about grabbing that coin and getting out of dodge, otherwise the pillar's gonna kill you. Womp womp. So, when you have to collect all of these 6 big coins, that doesn't count little coins that the players collected, right? It's not saying collect 60, it's collect those 6 big ones only. I guess you can't wall jump off that, can you? Huh. I see. Big coins count for tiny, but tiny not for big. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Oh god, lava. So I might recommend what I would call coinveyance in this stage, which is using coins to direct where you want the player to travel. Like, I think you intend the player to hit that second grabber, wait up at the top for the hazard to go out of the way, and then jump over and grab the big coin, right? You often miss there's an objective in a level when you're playing endless. You end up with the flag and go, oh. Here, is the intent that the player jumps up and around the red block like that, or are they meant to bounce off of the springs in some way? It is possible to use the springs. I see. Huh. Okay, so I'm trying to remember. I've seen a couple creators use something that tells the player immediately that they need to run as soon as they get into the stage. I guess lava's a little bit too slow. By the time you see it rising, if you've been diddly-dallying, it's usually already too late for the kind of challenge you've designed, right? I'm trying to think, what do people usually use to say, hurry the heck up? Music, maybe? It could go back down eventually if you wait at the top. your first level. Pretty good for first level. I think you could clean it up a bit with some conveyance with coins. Tell the player where you want them to go. You don't have to like exactly track out the expected path, but just like along certain jumps, put some coins to kind of show them where they should be going. Especially if they have to do a leap of faith, if they're jumping somewhere and they don't know where they're going. Having the coins kind of drowse their eye where you want them to be looking. Yeah, no worries. 3D World Troll level. Okay, I didn't actually realize that lava could recede too. Gotcha. Thank you, Chaos. Sideways spring at the start location works pretty well. Can you do that coming out of a pipe? I think you can, right? Pop out of a pipe that launches you forward immediately. I think you still generally want to be at close to max speed at the beginning of that stage, even though the lava recedes eventually, right? Kitties, be nice. Stop fighting. It's cool that it does. Check back to the first grabber and then the second. Okay, then wait for the lava. God, my cats are being so bad. Jesus Christ, Marty. I need to... They're just getting worse every time we play games. We're now opening and closing pantries. Okay, so that right there was a leap of faith. You probably want to have some coins to tell the player where to go there. They don't know that there's a platform in that jump, so if you have some coins kind of leading them to where you want them to land, then they can trust in it a little bit better. It's a catastrophe. No kidding. I love my cats very dearly. They bring me a lot of joy in my life. Holy crap. They need to chill when it's time to eat. They've never eaten before. They've only heard the legends of food told by the elders. So something you might want to think about, and maybe other people can weigh in on this and tell me if they feel similarly. But I feel like if you have a optional objective like collect all of the large coins, then they probably need to be off the beaten path and not on the main track of the stage, right? I think you have a couple that the player has to go out of their way to grab, but there are a couple that they just run into along the way. Alright, let's reset if we can. Thank you for the mushroom. Okay, now I need to do some shenanigans and not fall in the lava. Cute. Come on. I guess the way to think about it is that, like, if your custom objective is something that you're guaranteed to succeed on, whether you pay attention to it or not, then it's pretty degenerate. It's basically the same thing as them not having a custom objective at all, right? Oh, and you probably want to have a checkpoint there. I didn't realize that there wasn't one up to that point. Almost saved it. So close. I think we'll give this one more try and then we'll pop into the backup queue here. Hey, thanks for the follow, Angel. like to share a level and you haven't yet, type !Mario and then your course ID. Playing Mario Maker here for another 20 minutes or so, so it's the time to share levels if you haven't had a chance yet. Yeah, so maybe this might just be my opinion, but I think that, like, checkpoints, it's hard. I've had this discussion with a lot of people, and I don't think the opinion is unanimous on it. But I like checkpoints because repeating a difficult part that you've already solved doesn't necessarily make the stage more interesting or more difficult, you know? It's difficult. You gotta draw the line somewhere, right? Like, if you had a boss fight in a video game where every time you died you respawned instantly with full health and the enemy's still with all the damage that you dealt saved on top of them, like, that wouldn't be very good. So you gotta draw the line somewhere, and trying to figure out where that line is kind of challenging. I think in the case of Mario Maker, in most cases, even if you're making a challenging stage, you still want the player to, you still want the player to get as far through your stage as possible or to clear it eventually. 12 Super Boss. I've said before that I feel like difficulty in games is kind of degenerate. It degenerates to time. How hard a game is how much time you spend on it. And there might be variations on that. Maybe you spend more time on it because you need to make more precise jumps and you have to try it again and again. But I think the closer you get to literally just repeating the thing that you solved, the less interesting difficulty is, you know? Because you can think of time spent as, are you spending time because you haven't figured it out yet? Because you're not good enough to execute on it yet? Or because you're repeating something to get back to the part that you need to practice again? I think the third one is the least interesting form. They're all about spending time. So I think you have this set up over here that the player needs to make it through this whole stage with the fire flower intact to make it through both of the saw blades, right? So you kind of get like you have a time to death issue here, where if the player loses the fire flower before they get to the saw blades, it's already game over. They're just a dead man walking. Dead player walking, and they don't have any way of knowing that until they reach the second saw blade. So I'm actually not sure, but I wonder if there's a way to force the player to die if they get hit at all between when they get the fire flower and when they exit the stage. Bummer. That's a bummer. I was expecting the seesaw to tip a little bit more. Thanks for sharing your stage. I'm going to pop into the backup queue here, but feel free to share more in the future. DL? I'm going to go ahead and add these so you can see them at the bottom of the screen. Mario. This is TW6QH7 3G. I think that works, right? Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, here we go. Propagable. Delta Whiskey 6. Quebec Hotel 7. 3 Juliet Golf. If you've already shared a level and you'd like to share another one, !Mario 2, followed by your course ID. Getting over it with GoSeigen. When you reach the street, finish the chocolate music, reach around chocolate. The name of the level is worrisome, right? How do you simulate that, though, in Mario Making? Oh, God. Alright, I'm a little bit worried, a little bit concerned. Oh, all the quotes from Getting Over It. Played enough of that in that 24-hour indie stream. Okay. This is actually a pretty good recreation if it's working the way I think it's working. I wish I could read the quotes when I'm closer to them. Hey, thanks for the cheer, Ratchet. How you doing? This actually is fairly faithful recreation. I'm quite impressed, actually. I'm impressed they were able to do this in the Mario Maker engine, right? It's kind of the same idea of jump and then turn around in midair and then crest the hill without getting knocked back. Jonathan Blow! Ooh. Gotta shake your fist at Jonathan Blow. First of all, how dare he? I guess I cleared this on the first pass without really thinking about it, huh? Shaking something. There we go. It's like a slope thing? That can't. There's no way. That's impossible to crest, isn't it? It has to be. Oh no! Can't really get more height there, right? Oh, is this actually a fad for the game? Interesting. Wonder who first came up with it. Because getting over it came out after Mario Maker 1, didn't it? Probably after Mario Maker 1 was dead. I'm just impressed that the concept kind of works. It's too bad there's the time limit, right? I wish they'd let you turn that off. I'm not convinced that this jump is actually possible. I think I'm supposed to jump over the spring, but I don't think it can be done. I think I can do this with the music notes, right? They're there on purpose to mess with you at the start of the stage. Yeah, I don't think you can do as complex of jumping with the boot, but that would be cool. Ow. I guess this idea is mostly enabled by the spring knocking you back, screwing up your progress, right? Oh, maybe it's possible. It's got to be like perfect though, right? I can't like already have momentum while jumping up there because I lose it. There's no way. It can't be possible, can it? It looks like the best height I've ever gotten, even without having room to jump over there, is like maybe half a Mario head above the spring. I need a hammer. No feeling more intense than starting over. Having the I like the conveyor belt too as a way to slow your progress, make it harder to get the jump exactly right. I kind of wish there was coin vans here so that I could believe that this is the way that I'm supposed to crest it. It really doesn't seem possible. Oh, maybe it is with sliding. Can vase you down the mountain. Yeah, I'd like to see maybe a smoother scaling version of this stage. I guess there are some jumps in getting over it that are fairly early, that are like minutes to crest the first time. This is like the first real jump, the rest of it's pretty trivial to pass. And maybe it is possible, wow, alright. I'm gonna let this one run till the time limit runs out, and then we'll pop over to the queue again. The problem is like making the forward momentum, right? Yeah, exactly. That's my only issue with this stage. Like, I think the premise is there, but I'd love to see the next iteration on the execution. Here, you're so close to the bottom that when you fall, you don't get the suffering that you get from getting over it. I also think I'm kind of cheesing that second jump by popping off the top of the spring with momentum. I got up here one time with momentum and almost crested it, but... yeah, I don't think it's happening. That's okay. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. Prop, that is a neat idea. If you find someone else that tries it, I'd be excited to see it. 80 clears. Guess there's not a lot of deaths because there's no threat. Is Lua. Hotel 68. Yankee Charlie X-Ray. If you haven't shared a level yet, exclamation point Mario, followed by your course ID, and pop in the queue. If you did already share a level, you can share a second one with exclamation point Mario 2, and we'll explore that queue as long as the main queue is empty. Make it to the end as fast as you can. Carnival Speedrun. Hey Marty. You angrily staring at me? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. That feels really good when you land it. Womp womp. I think just go.
Oh no!
Wonder if I need to hit that switch again. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No way, right? Not with the time limit. Let's see what happens though. Oh, I see I'm supposed to jump, so no, I shouldn't need to do that. I just need to be ready to jump onto the blue there. I think I mentioned before that if it's possible to make your stage work as a Don't Think Just Go level, that's smart. It doesn't have to be the only way that the stage can be passed, but I've played a couple stages that sort of require you to slow down, and I think a lot of Mario Maker players are conditioned. I think there are very few main series Mario games where there are stages that you can't just speed through. Usually you can, but you have to do some tricky shenanigans. Like, one that always comes to mind, there's a little tricky pipe gap in the original Mario Brothers World 8-2. You can get through it if you go slow. but it's more optimal to just run through it and bounce right off the edge of the pipe. Yeah, but I think I have to hit it to get out of the stage is the... Oh, I guess I didn't. Good call. Because maybe I have room to slow down. It sounded like it was don't think, just go. Interesting. Wow, okay. It's interesting, that's like... I guess it's still sight readable. Maybe you would think, why would that be there in the first place? Unless if it's a trick. Okay, so I gotta make that jump. I gotta like land on this the instant it pops into existence, I think. I think it's the only mechanic in the stage that you can't sight read. I forgot long jump was a thing. Thanks. Play so few Mario World stages. I gotta get to that faster. Is long jump efficient from a speed perspective in Mario 3D World? I know it is in a lot of the different Mario games. Okay, so that's two ways I could do that. Because I haven't watched enough Kaiser runners to know. It might be faster to slide down the slope. It looks like the roof is too low for me to long jump there. Might just be long jumping from the snake to get it to it as late as possible, right? Whoops. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think air stalling is slower. I also don't think I can make it to that blue even with an air stall. If I jump from the second unspiked platform, I don't think it's possible for me to make it to the blue. Maybe if I long jump, but even long jump I don't think it would make it. Yeah, like twirling like actively saps your forward momentum. I do it out of habit a lot in Mario 3D World. Oops.
Oh no!
Banjo 2 is pretty short. Also, there's quite a few people tagging Ratchet. Too late. Didn't make it in time. one more try, and then I think I'll hit one more level in the backup queue, and we'll call it for tonight. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. Whew. That's pretty nuts. Oh, that was a good attempt. Had some pretty good sight reading there, and then that happened. Thanks, Isla. Alright, we're going to do Death Johnson's backup queue level, and then we're going to call it for today. Close it. I almost had it, but turns out I am a fool. Could sight reading until it wasn't. FDX-HQY. Did you notice in the Bloodstained update chaos that they're going to add? They're going to make it so when you press the back button on the map screen, it takes you out of the map screen instead of putting a marker on the map. Caution optional, item included. No jumping, man. I've almost beaten Nightmare Mode. Hi. Reach the goal without landing after leaving the ground. Huh. Oh, nice. Pops up right away. I hadn't seen this clear condition yet. This level's really good at this game. So what counts as reaching the ground? So I have to... I see. I think. So it's not that certain tiles are legal to stand on those. I originally thought that maybe it was that, like it was okay to stand on clouds. I see, you got the coin vance there. Anything except bouncing off an enemy counts as a fail. That's the first time I've seen this clear condition, it's pretty cool. See if I can get there. Pretty much have to be... That's smart. Bounce off bumpers is okay. I like giving the air there to survive with the Mega Man blocks. Comes up a few times in the story mode into the hardest levels. I really struggle. Oh, good use of coin vance there. Really? That counts as touching the ground. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I was about to say, I really don't understand how the tornadoes work. It kind of drives me crazy. Like, I feel like I can't accurately predict how I'm going to come flying out of them when I'm holding run versus holding jump. Anything that requires any sort of finesse coming out of tornadoes, I just can't do. I don't know if that was true, because tornadoes were in Mario 3 originally? I want to say. Oh, could have gotten it through cheese. Different idea and spent too much time and money, let's just scrap it all. It was a pretty good stage, though. I like the You got a good coin vance, right? Yeah, it's like they've got the way to point out when a condition has failed for this, obviously. I guess they have to do some shenanigans to see if there's still like a mushroom available in the stage for stages that require you to have a certain power-up. Interesting dynamic where you can dive and slow explore in practice. Yeah, I didn't think about that, that's a good point. Good call, One Eye. Go check out what the rest of the stage is and then come back later. You don't necessarily have to make it completely sight readable. I do like this bouncing with the coin vans, it's smart. Hooray! Just try. Do you mind that players are able to skip the top right portion of the stage there, Death Johnson? Yeah, I'll take it. Very cool. Cool, and that wraps Mario Maker for today. Thanks, folks. You guys know what's coming up for the rest of the week.